Flood is back for its final installment, and you could go and watch it live. The year-long epic, which is part of the UK City of Culture 2017 programme, will be concluding its apocalyptic story this week at Victoria Dock. Performed live on a floating stage, Flood tells the story of what happens when the world is destroyed and how those who survive try to make it new again. The new Flood installation for BBC Two involves submerged cars and caravans. Image Kate Woolhouse. It follows the story as one day it starts to rain and no one knows why. Far out on the North Sea, a fisherman catches a girl in his net, miraculously alive from the deep sea. Flood New World will once again be performed live from Tuesday to Friday, and we'll see if the world really does survive the almighty flood. The Coca-Cola truck is returning to Hull this Christmas for one of Hull 2017's devoted volunteers. Being part of Flood has not only added to her experiences of our culture year, but also challenged her phobias. Alan Lane, director of Flood installation for BBC Two. Image Kate Woolhouse. Shirley Lenton, of Heaton, cannot swim and has a fear of water, but took the plunge to be part of this epic saga. It was terrifying, said the 71-year-old. It was an absolute nightmare, but I wasn't willing to let the opportunity pass. For Flood Part 2, we were on a platform in the middle of the Victoria Dock Basin, and were basically extras for the performance. We were absolutely soaked and freezing, and for 70 minutes we had to be surrounded by the water with pyrotechnics and fire. It was an incredible experience, though, and I'm so glad I did it. Gloriana from Flood 2017. After facing her fears, Shirley now has to face the prospect of doing it all again, as the Slung Low team prepare for a Flood omnibus later in the year. I'm going to do it again, but we've been told the ship we have to get on isn't as big, so I'm starting to get quite worried about that. There's a Harry Potter panto coming to Hull. It is going to be magical. We had to walk across a gangway on the water, and I could only do it if no one else was on it with me. It was so terrifying. Shirley learned to swim at the age of 11 through school, but a bad experience left her fearful of going anywhere near a swimming pool ever again. Flood has been a year-long spectacle. We had this big fat teacher teaching us to swim, and it was horrible, she said. She would have this stick and would poke you with it if you stopped or did something wrong, so I only swam because of the sheer terror of not. Now I can't go in any pool whatsoever. My friend has got a villa in Spain and I tried to go in there just by myself, and when I got to the middle I just felt the panic washing over me, and I had to get out. Host of singing stars all helping for Song for Hull. Spectacular Flood hasn't cured my fear, but I am so glad I got to be part of it. I wouldn't have missed it. Tickets for Flood New World are now available from www.hull2017.co.uk.